subscribe, support, stay positive. Okay. Oh, hello, folks. Welcome to another epic episode of Tommy Talks. I'm here with my little plastic cup filled with soda, and tonight is an episode about. We have our this is not really a guest show. It's a show about talking about family. And what kind of family is that? It's a YouTube family. And to explain that, Mr. Positivity himself, Mr. Exercise, the guy that works out until he sweats himself off, the guy until he sweats until he's soaked with sweat, and then he goes out to the kids, and then he exercises with the kids, and then he shares positivity. Mr. None other than Mr. The Benjamin Perillo is here on the show with us tonight, and also we have Geeks in Sports. We have Mark Hyder as a MC, and we have Mr. Sega Cam Gamer as an MC. So tonight, this will be an open discussion, Tommy Talks, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. I am the host, Tommy NC 2010. I have the classic bow tie look that Hamza bought me, and with my classic look with matching.
Classic, Tommy. Going classy. I like it.
So who would like to start? Benjamin, would you like to start off the conversation about positivity and collaboration?
Yeah, I think it's important for to stay positive and not to take some of the negative comments that come your way to come your channel. You try not to let that bother you or get to you. It's easier said than done, but sometimes little words can sting and hurt a little bit. But yeah, you just gotta look on the brighter side. You gotta think of for all the negative ones, there's also a lot of positive ones, and so I tend to try to focus more on the positive ones than the negative ones.
Now, what's the difference between when you started and now to where you are right now with the positivity level on your channel?
Well, I've always tried to keep a positive outlook. I always try to stay positive. I try with my channel not to say anything too negative. Occasionally I do, but I try to say it in a good way. Just if it's something that's bothered me. If I see a negative comment, I just either delete it or sometimes I leave it there for a little while to see if anybody responds. But I don't want any arguments started on my channel. But when I first started out, it tended to be a lot of positive, when I got going, about a year or so ago. My comments still come in pretty positively. So nothing too bad. So I haven't had a whole lot of negativity come my way yet.
Now, with your family name being a very popular name here on YouTube, would you, as that family popular name here on YouTube, would you say to other YouTubers, don't be afraid to reach out to your YouTube family? Because we're all one gigantic family. We make videos, we all make content, and we shouldn't be afraid. Wouldn't you say that, Benjamin?
Yeah, definitely, because you're right. With my name, I get a lot of people because of my older brother and everything. But yeah, it's all about reaching out and reaching others and taking the time to connect with other people that are also YouTubers and post videos and connect that way. Marketing yourself, get to know them and what they do, and it's definitely something a little bit more to it than I originally had thought. I never thought about YouTube being a community thing. So now that I've gotten into it, it's been interesting. I've met a lot of cool people, and I've met a lot of not just normal people, but people from my field, teachers, fellow teachers and stuff. So it's been fun process and everything. So yeah, you've got to connect with your community somehow. You got to talk to them, and whether it is you send them messages or you give them shout outs or you comment back to their comments. You got to do something in order to feel like you're making that connection with your community so that your community will stay with you.
this is a question for everybody, and this is like an open discussion. What's your guys' opinion on? This is a question for everybody, and who it could answer different ways. What is your philosophy on answering a troll's question when it's negative? Do you believe in answering the question, or do you believe in just deleting the comment and blocking it? What's your philosophy? Benjamin, Jeremy, Mark, and Sega Camp, you guys can answer in different ways. Whoever wants to go first, and just say whoever wants to go off first after somebody's done with the topic can say one or two. That means I would like to go up first, and we could start the discussion about many subjects, about positivity, and many things. So, who would like to go first?
All right, I guess I can go first. The initial thing for me was when I started to get him, because I'm kind of like Ben. I don't have too many trolls, but recently I started to get a few. And of course the hot-headed nature in myself, I don't believe in keyboard warriors, so I would, when I got the few that I got, I went straight at them. Like I was, just hot-headed, like just as ugly as they were. I was like, how can I be 20 times uglier than that? And then I got to a point where I was like, man, this isn't me. This isn't how I handle things and how I should handle things. So I kind of took Ben's philosophy as well. I just got to a point where if I see something that's kind of heinous, I'll leave it up there for a second and see if somebody else will respond to it as far as offending me. But now I tend to get kind of where it just, I don't want to say I don't care, but I want to say more that I have kids, I have a life, I have so many other things to worry about that I can't let little things like this affect my day-to-day life, so I don't. So as soon as I see one, the first thing I do is I delete it and block the person just so it can stop happening. And if they can create another account, whatever, I'll block that one too and delete that comment too. And if we want to play that game all day and they have nothing better to do, then that's what we'll do. But I have too many things going on in life. I go to work, I come back, I turn into dad, I become dad mode, and I have to deal with that. And the last thing I need is some troll or bothering me or getting in my head, when I'm trying to change a diaper. Like, that's just, or feed my kids. Like, so, yeah, that's basically what I do. I delete it and block them, and I'm done with it.
All right. Mark, what's your philosophy
No,
on that?
I'm just thinking because some troll comments don't look trollish when you read them. And some of it could be directed criticism. It's not necessarily trolling.
Well, to me, like, I'll read some of Tommy's, and you can tell where a person's, where some people might say, okay, that person's not trolling, but they're really being sarcastic. Like, if there's a piece of content that you put out and everybody else is trolled on it, and you might not be 100% sold on it, and somebody's like, oh my gosh, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen since this, that they're just messing with you. So, I tend to be able to see between the lines.
No, it's like, someone might give you advice, but that's not necessarily a troll comment. I'm saying.
No.
Yeah.
Is there a particular troll comment that has been directed towards you and that has made you feel like, oh my gosh, I want to reach the screen and grab this guy by the throat and just wrench his throat almost?
Yeah, because some of my videos, with being a teacher, how I started all this was to reach other teachers. And of course, now I've said that I would never venture into the vlogging, and I've ventured into that vlogging atmosphere. But the videos that I play and record, that I'm doing the dances and stuff to the songs, are used for my students, elementary level students, kindergarten through 5th, 6th grade. Other schools use them too. And so when I see a comment on there like, you're a horrible dancer, or that's ridiculous, or that's not even dancing, that's aero boxing, or something, something crazy, I just, it kind of, I'm like, you don't understand. You're just watching the one video because it pops up on your side screen. Hey, check out this one next. They don't go into detail of look at the other ones, or they don't understand the nature of my channel because of all that. So I look at it and I'm like, but I don't jump into the argument with the person, because a lot of times people want to argue with you to get that attention. So I do the same thing. I just delete and block. You know, sometimes I'll read it, I'll let it fester inside me, and I'm like, yeah, it's not worth sweating that stuff. You know.
Some people don't block them on Google Plus because you need to go block them on Google Plus as well.
Ah.
Yes.
That would be me. Had no idea. Yeah, I blocked them on my YouTube channel, but didn't even think about Google Plus.
Yeah, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
No,
I remember
honestly, what's interesting is I have dealt with subjects where I've just been. I don't let the comments. I don't turn on my vlogging camera and let people see my reactions when I read the comments. And people say, "Well, how can you?" Well, the thing is, with me, especially being autistic and not being able to read, they thrive on the fact that I have a disability. So I've had people say and read in comments, yeah, you can put this comment up, but Tommy's not going to be able to read it. And that's basically saying, oh yeah, I'm stupid. Like Tommy's stupid, he can't read this comment. I'm just like, oh, you have the balls to say that to me? And I'm like, here I am reading it, and I'm reading it through my machine. I may not be able to read the comments. Personally, my reading machine can, and it doesn't hurt me when you guys say negative things to me.
Tommy, maybe instead we finally go. You should just replay that back 50 times, and then afterwards record yourself going, you guys think about you guys stop me? Listen to this. Oh, Tommy is stupid. Tommy can't read. You guys think you can stop me? You guys better try better than that next time, and then stop it right there.
One person I particularly think of every single time is, not just you, Benjamin, but your brother, Chris. He's on the forefront of YouTube industry and Hollywood industry, and you've really have, you are. Wouldn't you say that you're kind of a young YouTube channel because you've come into this industry and you're started vlogging, you're starting to make dancing videos. So, do you think that you're kind of a young YouTube channel, would you say?
Oh, I'm definitely a young YouTube channel. I'm still a newborn. I'm a newbie still. I'm still learning the ins and outs and the tweakings and the editings and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm still learning the ropes.
Honestly, one thing I want to mention this subject because it really irked me. And you, okay, Benjamin and Jeremy, you guys are fathers. I'm going to share this story. It was shared on Facebook. It was really negative. But the thing about this, it really irked me. And you guys are both parents. And think about this. I'm going to lay the story out like this. I don't know where it was, but apparently these parents had 3 kids. They wouldn't eat their toast. They wouldn't eat their breakfast. So you know what the parents did? They took them out to the backyard, strung them up, and wailed on the kids with pans. The 3-year-old was beaten to death. That's what the parents did. They strung the kids up, hit them with pans, and killed the 3-year-old with a pan griddle, the thing that you cook eggs on or cook any kind of foods in.
That is terrible!
Now, Benjamin and Jeremy, what's your philosophy on that? What do you guys think about that story that I just shared there?
Oh, that's really extreme and something that should definitely never happen.
Yeah, I don't even read stuff like that or look at stuff like that because I get so upset. I mean, that's not a parent. I mean, I don't know what that is. That's some kind of animal or something. I mean, that's
bloody cool.
I'm not a parent myself, but I just know that is just not nice whatsoever.
No, people like that don't deserve kids. I mean, if you can't handle children, then you need to. There's plenty of people out there who can't have children that would love to have your children if you can't, because that's just nobody deserves that kind of treatment. Period.
I don't know if you know this, guys. A while back ago, I don't know, it was in South Carolina, that a mother, I don't know if you remember the story, where she went on national television and she had said her kids were kidnapped. And what she did actually was lock her kids in her van and go to a lake and drive her van into a lake, and the kids drowned inside of the van. You know, the one thing is I want to say is, if you feel like that you can't handle the stresses of taking care of a kid, don't have kids. Because the thing is, that's not your profession. That's not, if you don't have the patience to take care of a kid, honestly, don't produce.
Well, the thing about that, Tommy, is the people who do that aren't thinking of a child while they're, let's just say, in the act of creating a child. They're usually irresponsible, which is why they created the child to begin with. And they're not ready for that. So knowing that they're not going to be a good parent and having kids is really don't go hand in hand, because there's so many people that know that they're not good at something and still get involved with it anyway. Same thing with this situation. Just because they may know they're going to be a horrible parent, but they may have done something that they shouldn't have done, and now it's kind of like, oh well. My thing with that is that people that do that and know deep down that they're not going to be good parents, there's so many resources to rectify that situation, to give that child a better life, and I think people should do that more than anything. I don't know. That's just me.
You know, I know as we handled that subject, that was really good, guys. That was really good talking about that subject. You know, one subject I want to get on is about, Benjamin, do you think, and this is for everybody, a subject, what is your philosophy on thinking YouTube is like high school? You got the guys that are on the bottom, and then you have your upper class kids, and then you have the upper class kids. You know, what's wrong with the regular kids coming up and putting together in this one gigantic box, and just the upper class kids being with the regular kids and the medium kids? What is wrong with that? And I think, what is your guys' philosophy? Ben, if you want to take the subject, or Jeremy, you know, this is an open discussion. What do you guys think about this?
I never really put thought into that. I've never really seen it that way. Um, so I don't know, because I never really even thought about it in that aspect. I looked at it as everybody's, kind of, to me, I thought everybody would be all on the same playing field. But now that you mention it, I can see what you're saying. The people who have a lot of subscribers and stuff like that, and a lot of followers, they could probably see themselves as a higher up than people like me, who are still kind of in the beginning stages. But I don't feel like I'm being picked on. In fact, the people that have more subscribers probably deal more with trolling and more negative issues than I do. So yeah, I just never even thought of that.
Yeah, but some big YouTubers don't even read the comments anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would say it is a lot like high school. I mean, you have your YouTubers that have a lot of subscribers and have a lot of a lot of viewers, and then you have the ones that are kind of just starting, like myself and Ben. And it's the same way it was in high school. I mean, a lot of times it's who you know. It's not it. Sometimes, I mean, I see people out there, not to say whatever, but with some really off the wall content, some really weird content. They'll have, and put no effort into it, and have 5,000 subscribers or plus. But then you see who they know, and they know like all these big YouTubers that are kind of like, oh, I'll become friends with that person or subscribe to that person's channel because I'm subscribed to this person or whatever. And that's kind of the way it was in high school as well. But I mean, I don't really care. I put out the content that I put out. My other channel, Growing Up Florist, that's my vlog channel. That's where my kids and my family are in it, and we do it for ourselves. I mean, I don't do it for anybody else. I mean, if I get to meet some of these bigger guys or whatever, cool. But I don't. To me, everybody, we're just people. We're just people, man. I mean, that's it. I mean, we're just, yeah. Like, I mean, for all I know, Chris is huge. He's gigantic. He's traveling to London. He's got 1,000 patrons, and all this and that and everything else. But you know what? I may click with Ben, and Ben may relate to me better than I would ever relate to Chris, and I don't care about that. I don't care that Chris is where he is and Ben's where. It doesn't matter to me. To me, we're all people, and you produce your content because it's something you like doing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I put the stuff on here that I'm proud to have on, and I'm the same way. With the vlogs, I'm kind of glad I've started doing those because I know my parents watch them and some of my relatives watch them, and so it gives them a chance to see what we're up to. Because with me living here and they live in a completely different state, I don't get that much whole lot of time to talk and hang with them. So, if people watch them, they watch them. If they like it, they like it. I'm not going to stop making them because I know it's a way that my family can kind of keep in touch with me in one way, shape, or another. So, yeah, I'm proud with everything I put out, and I don't have any regrets starting this and or anything. In fact, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I want to say, I want to give a shout out to three special people that are in Benjamin's life, and those people would be shout out to Joe Perillo and Judy Perillo and Adam Perillo, and he's actually he's slowly, progressively. Last time I saw, he put up a YouTube video gaming, but the thing is that Joe Perillo has been watching my channel in the past, and I want to say to the Perillos, thank you so much for supporting my channel. The experience of just meeting your parents, Benjamin, was epic, and meeting your father, meeting your mother, and I asked one of the dumbest questions at a vlogging event. You know what that was, Benjamin?
I have no idea.
Mrs. Perillo, Mr. Perillo, can I please vlog you?
Did they say yes or did they say no?
They said, well done, Tommy. This is Vlogger Fair. You can vlog us.
Tommy?
Yes?
Joe Perillo's already posted his Vlog Affair video 5 days ago.
Yep.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Yes,
I saw that. I haven't watched it yet, though. I need to.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I'm not getting even notifications for his emails from it. But I've got 2 videos of them to watch, yeah.
You're probably going to see me in it because I made an appearance. Because I'll tell you what happened. I was walking through Vlogger Fair, and all of a sudden I come up on this man. He's wearing a blue jean jacket, a ball cap, and I stopped in my place. I don't know if I was vlogging or not, but I was looking at him, and all of a sudden I say, Joe Perillo? And he's like, Tommy! And I'm like, he knows my name. And
What? He knows my name.
Yeah.
Awesome.
it's basically, I would relate that to being like a famous wrestler. It's like walking up to, like, say, John Cena, and then John Cena says, hey, Tommy and C2010. I'm just like,
Right? Mind blow? Just.
Probably
And,
it's like Chris, Tommy. He sees your name so many times in the comments.
And again, I have to say the value of how you guys handle your channel is brilliant. And everybody has their own way of doing things. And here's the thing. The popularity contest doesn't have to be a popularity contest. Here's the thing. If you're a YouTuber and you've heard these guys down here, these guys right down here, these guys are YouTubers. We're all family here, guys. We're all one of a kind. We're special in our own little way. And you can inspire to be amazing. like these guys. You guys, even if you guys don't make content, you're a viewer. You know, you could be a Chris Perillo head. You could be anybody, or you could be a Benjamin Perillo head. I don't know what he calls his viewers. You could be a
Viewers.
geek.
I think he'll probably go with subscribers.
Yeah, typically, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably need to come up with some kind of fun name for him.
Perilloites.
Yeah.
One thing I'm particularly proud of, and I don't know if Benjamin's ever said this live in the vlog, but I inspired one thing to when I met Benjamin because I was on Google Plus and I was typing, and all of a sudden I sent a message that says, "Hey, what's up?" I said to myself, I'm probably not going to hear back from him because I'm like, he's going to respond to me, and I'm like, next thing I know, "Hey, how you doing there?" I'm like, holy crap, he actually responded to me. So everybody has their own way of meeting people, and here's the thing: research. When you want to collaborate, okay? Because I don't want to give you false advice. I really don't want to give you false advice. I don't want you getting hooked up with a troll, and then boom, they hit your channel. It's just like research. Always search up the channel. Always make sure that the channel is good and you like their energy. And
No,
reach
also,
out.
Tommy, I also check their videos.
Yes,
Just in
check their
case.
videos.
Just in case they started on one of my videos.
Yes, and the fact is, everybody here is one gigantic family. You Hollywooders, you Hollywood. Today, folks, we are making the standards to say from Ben. Yes. Why you quiet? But today, we as people stand up and say, we don't care about the negativity. We are who we are because what we are. And we as people and we as YouTubers say this: bring it on, because we're not afraid anymore. We're rolling up our sleeves and we're going to put up our dukes and say, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I live my life the way I want to live it. And you can't tell me what to do. Isn't that right, guys?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I agree.
And we make content not just because we're forced to make our content. We make our content because we love making our content. If Benjamin didn't want to vlog, we wouldn't see any vlogs. But Benjamin wants to vlog. He wants to show you what he's doing with his kids. He wants to talk about Slurpees, slushies. He wants to talk about slushies. And Mark wants to vlog his brother scratching his butt in his vlog, accidentally catching it in the footage. Second Camp wants to make theme songs to original scores, but do it with a comedy. And the thing is,
Video game acapellas, Tommy. Video game acapellas.
I apologize. I haven't watched any of your videos because
I know you're not.
like
You're not into. I don't vlog like you guys, and I apologize.
Yeah, you should vlog this.
you
There's
have
just
your own
nothing-
way.
But there's just
Here's the-
nothing great that I like vlogging though. Out here, that's my only problem.
You live in Canada, the most awesome place in the world, and you figure, you live where Liz, Canadian Liz, lives. She ran Vlogger Fair with Chris. So think about that. That's epic right there. Shout out to shout out to Liz. It ran Vlogger.
It's okay. They won't know much.
Let me think here. A subject that particularly spotted my eye this past year is when your brother has given, Diana has given birth to little baby Jedi. Am I right, Benjamin?
Yes.
I don't. It kind of irks me a little bit because people thinking, Chris and Diana are first-time parents. They're new parents to the business, and you have raised your kids for as long as they've been alive. As they are, and you've been a long-time father, and now Chris is getting into the business of being a father. And the fact that people think that they can come in and boss Chris around and say, oh, this is how you should raise Jedi. Oh, this is how you should raise Jedi. That's not your place to say, hey, it's like basically me coming on your vlogs, Benjamin, and saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, Benjamin. Oh, you should be doing this, Benjamin. Now, if it's constructive criticism, I understand. But you say, oh, you're a loser and you can't raise your kid.
You know how I feel, Tommy. People are always making rumors about me causing 9/11. One of the most bogus things I have ever heard here on the internet. Yes, I'm talking about you guys. You people who think I'm causing 9/11 can go somewhere else.
But I understand that. I understand that you have those problems, Sega Camp, and that here's my philosophy about that. The people that say that you do stuff and try to cause drama, ignore them, block them, just don't acknowledge them, because if you just push away the problem, it will go away. If you don't say anything to the troll, if you don't respond to them. I tried to be nice one time. Somebody said a hateful comment. I said, thank you for watching my video. And he responded back to me by saying, I watched half of your video, and I went off and trolled another video. That's my impression of how a troll would talk.
This is my impression of how a troll would talk. Ooh, you do very bad videos. You should not have been here on YouTube in the first place. Go somewhere else.
But the whole thing about this episode, and we may drift off occasionally and talk about other subjects, the main subject about this episode, the main function of it, the capability, the build the cake, the building of the cake, and then taking the cake and saying, delicious positivity. That's what it's all about, folks. And you people are just like, Tommy, stop it with the positivity. If I don't keep with the positivity, people won't understand and just get rid of the negativity and lunge into the feeling of what we're here for and why we're doing this. Because I want to say this to my viewers, and I want to say this to Benjamin's viewers, and I want to say this to Sega Camp's viewers, and I want to say this to every single viewer out there that watches people's other stuff. If you watch this video, I'm including you in it. You are special. You understand? I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm saying that. And as you are special, you're a part of something. Even though you enter into something new, you're all special. Benjamin's viewers, Sega Camp's viewers, Geeks and Sports viewers, and especially everybody out there. Everybody's viewers are important. You are not less important because you don't leave comments. You're important because you give us a view. You give us content. You give us, not content, but you give us a positive comment or an instructive comment. But always be positive, because life, if you look at the ways of life, you can go far. And I guess I say this because, myself as a person has a disability, so I can't understand as well as Benjamin. I can't understand as well as, Geeks and Sports or Mark Hyder or Sega Camp, and, I'm kind of outside of that bubble, where I don't understand much things sometimes, and I try to cope with society and try to go along with whatever it's trivial or interesting. And vlogging was one of those things, and it has really expanded my life. From being Tommy, the kid with the disability, it's kind of odd. He wears suits and makes impressions up and does all this crazy thing, made me into, hey, that's Tommy. He was on TV's Mate, but he has a YouTube channel, and he has 1,000 subscribers, and he knows a bunch of awesome people on YouTube. That's what I think really changed my life. And YouTube has probably done that for Benjamin, wouldn't you say, Benjamin?
Yeah, definitely.
Wouldn't you say, Jeremy, that YouTube has changed your life?
I wouldn't say changed it, but it's definitely added a new
Dimension.
There you go.
You know, and one guy I want to give special tribute to. He's not in here with us, but he's around in spirit, and he's hanging out. He's doing stuff. He's busy. But two guys that I do appreciate, and I do appreciate my guys in Boston. They're good guys. I know they don't come on the show a lot, but I want to say to Mark Hyder and Anthony, you guys are one of a kind. You guys are cool. And both of these guys are YouTube heads. They just, right into the neck, ejecting the energy and the flow of YouTube. And, you know, honestly, life is good. Live life to the fullest, honestly. And I don't know how to keep saying this, but, you know, trying to think here what I could do to say to make this episode even better. And you know, it's an experience. It's basically, as the documentary says, you know, you need to get yourself a channel. You need to pick up a camera. You need to create yourself an audience if you want. These gentlemen, all these gentlemen right here, make YouTube videos, and they're not afraid to do it.
John?
Yes, what were you about to say, Jeremy?
Oh, I was just gonna. I didn't know if you were looking for things to say or whatever, and I was just gonna kind of throw something in there. And the only thing I was gonna say was that I think the beauty of YouTube is that everybody does it for different reasons, and I think that's really cool. That you know, I do it, and I don't know if Ben does it. He may not, but I do it as far as my vlogging channel. As a I've never been a diary kind of guy, and I've never wrote things down or anything like that. But it's kind of like a video diary. You know, I mean, I can 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, my kids can look back and remember a Halloween that they took place in, or remember it's kind of. It's like a timeline, I guess, in a way, and it kind of helps me out and makes and it's funny because some people will do it for monetary reasons. Some people do YouTube, just to be famous. Some people do it because they want to share their lives. Some people do it because, like I think Ben was saying, that he was trying to meet more teachers, and some of the dances or different things that he does are for other teachers so they can share with their students. That's a completely different reason than why I do it for, and what I do it for is completely different from what you do, Tommy. And then Sega Camp does games or something. I'm sorry, Sega Camp, I'm not familiar with your channel, but I mean,
it's okay. I just do stuff video game related. That's all I do.
Yeah. So see, I mean, everybody finds their own ways and their own reasons for doing YouTube. So I think that's pretty cool.
You know, Benjamin, I have to say that, it's, your family and what you have been doing here on YouTube, and definitely what Chris has added into the picture, you guys have inspired us. We want to say thank you to what you have given us, and that energy, and that your family is just a normal family, and you guys are just, your name is Perillo, but the thing is, you're electrifying. We thank you. We want to say thank you for being that awesome family that is here on YouTube, that is willing to collaborate with here on YouTube. And I appreciate you, Benjamin, for coming on my show tonight.
No, I appreciate you reaching out to me and wanting to include me in this. I think it was awesome. When you first approached me about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. But no, thank you for having me here, and thanks to all the subscribers and viewers that are watching, for taking the time to watch it, and people can't get better without reaching out, and people can't branch themselves out if they're not willing to do it. So appreciate it.
Yeah. So, folks, I think one thing that we normally do here, and I have been letting go of this because, in the show, reason why this industry that we're in is not just YouTube, is you, Hollywood. And ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the end of the show right now, but will the guys, everybody here in the Hangout, chant with me to lift up the spirits of you, Hollywood? How about that?
Yes.
Okay, ready? Here we go. You, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
You,
Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
Hollywood. You, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
You, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Here we go. Thank you, folks, and as always, check out
Benjamin Perillo.
check out Benjamin Perillo at his channel, and check out Geeks and Sports. Check out Mark Hyder. Check out the Sega Cam Gamer, not Sega Cam, the Sega Cam Gamer. And as always, I'm Tommy NC 2010. Thank you for watching this awesome episode of Tommy Talks, and I'm keeping you on the inside.